All right, how's it going, everybody? Bobby O'Brien here. Today I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can lose 10 pounds per month without counting or restricting a single calorie and by plugging in my hormonal based approach that will allow you to save time and see more in the way of results without having to count or restrict a single calorie and without having to do a second of cardio. And this is perfect for you busy men out there that just don't have time to sit on your phone and play with a macro calculator all day like you would with pretty much any other fitness coach in the space. So leave a like, comment, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram at It's Bobby O'Brien. Message me if you got any questions. And yeah, we're going to be going over my entire program today and how you can actually plug in this hormonal-based approach to see those consistent weight loss results each and every month, if not each and every week. And on top of that, too, we're going to go over why you should even listen to me in the first place. We're going to go over my credentials and my real credentials here as well. This journey started 5 years ago. We're going to get into that a little bit as well and go over the, many years of research that I've done that's actually led me to become the coach that I am today, as well as the testimonials and whatnot, the amazing results that my clients have seen as well as myself, since I actually follow my own advice, unlike most fitness coaches. So we're going to go ahead and get right into the overview of the program, my philosophy, and why you should be adapting a hormonal-based approach and kind of just showing you what that looks like. And just to kind of pre-frame this too, if you're somebody who is, you've done well with your career, you're successful, but you just haven't seen the same success with your weight loss journey or with your health in general, this really is for you. This is going to be perfect for you. If you're somebody who is unemployed, not really serious about losing weight, you're not open to new ideas, you're not open to constructive criticism. I'm not a drill sergeant coach, but I do offer some sort of coaching, right? That's going to be one of the only ways we can actually see results here if we were to work one-on-one with each other. But if you are that person, right, that's just not open to criticism, you're not open to doing weight training, or you're not open to new ideas with your diet, you want to continue to do a caloric deficit and just do the things that keep most people stuck, this isn't for you, right? But if you want to be an outlier, like my clients, right, like me, somebody who has 5% body fat and maintains it year round, then I would certainly, watch this full video and see how exactly you can see those amazing results. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. So we're going to be using Chris as an example today. He's been very open to using his profile, his testimonials, and all that. So thank you very much, Chris. This is the dashboard, right? So, why would you need this? So this is basically your things to do today tab, right? So if you were to be plugged into your program, right, we get your whole program customized. You will have access to it all inside one app. And the app is called Trainerize, making it super simple where you don't have to go to, multiple applications to actually access all of your stuff. It's just all in one place. Your workout plan, your meal plan, the messenger, your booking links to book one-on-one calls with me, and literally everything that you can think of, your recipes, which all of which we're going to go over today, it's all going to be inside this app. And I'm screen recording this on my computer, so it may look a little bit different, a little bit more narrow on the phone, but you get the idea, right? It's perfect if you're somebody that's actually looking to save time. You got back-to-back meetings, working, 50 to 80 hours a week like me. We don't have time to waste. So this is going to be perfect for you. So just to make sure that we're prioritizing our time and prioritizing the most important thing of all, which is really our results, you're going to get these automated reminders on different things that you should be focusing on, different things that you need to exclude or include in your diet. And that's all going to be right under the things to do today tab, right? As soon as you open the app, this is where you're going to see it. It's going to be different based on each person. I got to say that right off the bat. What you're going to see with Chris's program is going to be much different than, my client Joel, or much different than your program or even mine, right? Everyone's got different, body types, their anatomy's different, physiological implications are different with certain people. Some people do better with carbohydrate intake, everyone's got a different path with their weight loss journey. And macro composition needs to look a little bit different. We don't count macros, but the way it's basically broken down needs to be a little bit different, depending on who you are. So just got to pre-frame that as well and just let you know that we're not going to just plug in, Chris's program into yours. Yours is going to be personalized to you. So now if we go to the calendar here, right, this is where you're going to see your fully customized workout program and everything else that we're going to get into as well, right? So the form of training that we do does not involve cardio. So that's one universal principle that I do follow. So why do I do that? Weight training is going to be the best form of exercise that you could possibly do to boost your metabolic rate and induce what's called insulin sensitivity. And if you've watched my videos on Instagram, or if you've watched some of the videos on here already, you know how important a boost in your metabolic rate is and how important insulin sensitivity is if you want to lose weight consistently. We want insulin, once again, the ultimate predictor of how much body fat you're going to lose or gain, to be sensitive to the fuel that comes into your body. If it's resistant to it, right, like a type 2 diabetic, or if you're hyperinsulinemic per se, where your insulin levels stay elevated for a long period of time, your likelihood of storing body fat also goes through the roof. But if you're insulin sensitive, your body is actually responding to the substrates that come into your body in a holistic way, then you're going to be in a good position to lose some weight. And one of the best ways to actually induce that is by doing some weight training. And that's exactly what Chris did. That's exactly what my client Joel did. That's exactly what I do every single day almost, right? Pretty much like 4 to 6 times per week. But I got to pre-frame this as well and say that, Chris here, he did 6 times per week, but he enjoyed exercising like I do, right? There's some people that don't really like exercising. There's certain people that got a really crunched schedule and can only work out for 15 to 30 minutes at a time. And you still can see results doing that. I promise you. I've had a lot of clients that are crunched on time like you are, that just don't have time to spend 2 hours in the gym at a time and really just need to crunch it in with their work schedule. If it's on a lunch break or early in the morning, after a shift, whatever it may be, they need to be around 15 to 30 minutes. We can do that. Once again, it is customized to you. So just kind of go over it really quick. You have your instructions, your warm up here, and of course the main content of the workout as well. And there may be a finisher or a stretch at the end. You get the number of reps, the sets, the rest periods, everything that you could possibly think of. And of course, you got a video of the movement here as well. There'll be videos of me as well as many other coaches like this one showing you how to do it right, either in a short clip like this or in a longer term clip, depending on the movement and depending on how nuanced it is. So also, you get your meals personally reviewed. So this is where we can actually start to get into the nutritional aspects of the program. So we're going to be taking a hormonal-based approach, but your diet is going to be, it's going to vary depending on who you are, right? Depending on your physiology, what you've tried in the past and what has not worked for you, your allergies, and just your current weight loss goal, right? Like if you're somebody who is, struggled with insulin resistance in the past, I'm not a medical doctor, I don't take blood work or anything like that, but if you do give me that information, more than likely, it may not be a good idea for us to put you on a higher carbohydrate diet. Now, if you're somebody that's just looking to lose around 20 to 40 pounds, you're not insulin resistant, you're somewhat metabolically healthy, then we definitely can include a little bit more in the way of carbohydrates. So you can kind of see already how that would vary from person to person, but we still make it flexible. So we give you a foods to eat and avoid list, right, for your meal plan. And based on that meal plan, you'll be able to find that flexibility by logging your meals. So you just take a picture of your meal, you type in the ingredients, right? Like I could just use an example here with one of the meals that Chris used. Not one, he just took a picture of his TV. Sometimes they forget and they just put in the ingredients there. Okay, there's this one he did. So his dinner, right? Doing definitely more of a lower carbohydrate diet, puts the ingredients in here, and then Trainer Eyes can actually automatically do the macro distribution, actually, calculate the macros for you. Once again, you don't have to do that. That's all taken care of for you. There's no point for us to meticulously count macros. And if you've watched some of my videos, you know why we don't need to do that. We're actually focusing on the quality of your food, the micronutrients and the beneficial effects of that on your hormones. And all of that is taken care of whenever you are optimizing for quality foods that actually have all those fat-soluble, water-soluble vitamins and minerals and the vitamins that you need to actually get fully satiated, to actually, get all of the physiological processes in your body functioning optimally, and if that's all taken care of, which it is, if you do work with me, we make sure that's taken care of. You don't need to worry about this. So, so that's completely taken care of as well. You get that logged, you get that reviewed by me, somebody who has a whole lot of experience. And we're going to be getting into that here in a second with my credentials and whatnot and why you should listen to me. Now in terms of your meal plan, what's really cool is just making sure that you keep that consistency going during the weekend, right? There's a lot of people that don't want to join the program because they just don't think they're going to be able to see results because they won't be able to adhere to their diet on the weekend. Now, here's our solution to that. So you go to the meal plan tab here, right? And you have all these recipes. Now you're probably wondering like, well, man, I don't have time to make food. Well, we are going to make sure, once again, making it personalized to you. If you do have even just 15 to 30 minutes to make something, we're going to give you a really short recipe here. Right now with Chris, he had some longer term recipes on here, just to basically, ensure that he would actually have a really good, what's called quote unquote cheat meal whenever he had more time to cook on a Sunday. So we can do the same thing, because most people will deal with, temptations on the weekend, people coming over, and especially now that the holidays are here, this video is being taken around November after Thanksgiving. This is going to be very, very helpful. So just show you what it looks like. This is a sheet pan sausage Brussels sprout bake, little bowl here. And you have the video on exactly how to use, the ingredients at your disposal and the directions, of course. And we make sure that these ingredients are in alignment with your meal plan. So once again, we are optimizing for food quality, and the quality that impact the quality of your food is going to have on your hormones, right? So making sure you're getting a good insulin response, making sure you're getting a good leptin response, and making sure you're getting a good ghrelin response, right? So if you've seen my videos on caloric restriction and caloric deficits in the past, a lot of people think that, that's the only way to lose weight, and really is not. And if anything, it's the last thing you want to do if you want to lose weight in a sustainable fashion, because the moment your caloric intake goes up, after even 60 weeks of doing a caloric restrictive diet or a caloric deficit, you will see the weight come back on faster than you can say the phrase cheat day. And if you are optimizing for quality, you're actually satiating yourself with healthy foods, you're going to get a good insulin response, right? We went over insulin already. Insulin is the ultimate predictor of how much body fat you're going to lose or gain, and depending on how high you elevate this hormone, that's going to basically tell the story on how much body fat you're going to be able to store, right? Because it's an anabolic hormone that can store glucose in the fat cell, and it can accumulate over time and lead to excessive fat gain. And by modulating the function of that hormone with high quality foods such as this, like what Chris had in his meal plan, you're going to be able to get a good insulin response, which is the most important thing we want to optimize for, right? And then you're going to be getting well satiated, getting a good activation of leptin, which is a satiety hormone. And just bashing on a caloric deficit again, whenever, I've gone over research in one of them being in the New England Journal of Medicine, they basically measured their ghrelin hormone, right, in what's called postprandial time, which is a function of the hormone whenever you're done eating. And ghrelin, knowing that it stimulates hunger, right, stayed elevated even after these people were done eating. And that was done in people that were doing a caloric deficit. And we don't want that for you. We want you to be fully satiated, not feel hungry, and still be losing weight consistently. A lot of people think the only way to lose weight consistently is by controlling and restricting calories. But that could not be further from the truth. We've really gone backwards with the nutritional science there. So we've gone over basically the workout program, the meal plan, right? But now we got to go over the messenger. So I'm not going to click on, Chris Eichmann's messenger here, but just because it's personal, right? But you'll be able to have access to message me 24/7 whenever you need me, right? And that's going to be crucial to actually being able to lose weight consistently, and actually having the support that you need, because most people don't have any sort of support system, no sense of accountability, and they just stay stuck because they have, no form of knowledge from a support standpoint, no accountability, and they don't really have much in the way of resources like this to use on the weekend. And that personalization can also come into effect on the weekend as well, even without the recipes. So for example, if you are preparing for the weekend and you're going to be traveling or whatnot, we can just use that example, right? Knowing that a lot of you travel like myself, you need to prepare. And one of the greatest ways to prepare is with me by basically reviewing, all of the different restaurants that are going to be in your area, depending on where you're traveling to. And we do some menu reviews and give you plenty of options. So not only are we excluding things, but we're including things as solutions. So that way you don't have to just order whatever it is on the menu and just completely blow your progress from the past week or even the past month, right? So we give you not only the data of what you should exclude, but we give you a solution, right? One thing to exclude something, but it's a whole other thing to actually have a plan and a solution. And that's the big thing. Most people have no structure, no plan. They just fly by the seat of their pants and they just stay stuck. And that's why I want you to have access to this so you can be an outlier. So if you're already thinking that this is a good fit for you, go ahead and click that link and you can speak directly with me and we can get started right away. So Also, we've basically gone over pretty much everything. There's a whole plethora of other features I didn't even cover yet. I just covered the main topics, but you're mainly focusing on, how you can get results. So that's what we're making the video about. But I will say you'll be able to, connect your MyFitnessPal, your Fitbit, Apple Watch, and you can track all these other things inside the app too. Of course, you can track your weight and your progress. Makes it really, really simple. Sleep, caloric burn, all sorts of different things. You get achievements, a whole lot of other jazz that we don't even need to cover in today's video. So why should you even listen to me, right? So I am credentialed by the National Academy of Sports Medicine as a personal trainer and a nutrition coach. You can see my certs there. But this started 5 years ago. I've been doing this for a long time. I started off by just giving free advice in my gym in the sauna, just based off the research that you can see here and that I've been doing for really 5 years now, coming up on 2024. And now I just do it for a living. This is where my real education came from, is by researching randomized control trials and basically taking the path that my father, who's a medical doctor, put me on. And it's allowed for people like Chris to see amazing results inside a little over 3 months. 236 pounds to start in July, and then he went down to 200.3 by early November. One of my other clients was able to lose 7 pounds in the first week of joining the program. And then I follow the same system. I follow a hormonal-based approach, right? I follow my own advice. You can't really say that about most fitness coaches. I do weight training, right? All of my workouts include weight training. I hardly do any cardio. I pretty much do none. I sleep 8 to 9 hours every single night. I fully optimize my diet. And of course, based off the research that I do every single day, I've been able to really optimize my diet to its greatest lengths, right? And I'm seeing the benefits of that now, as you can see here, and also in this, total body fat percentage here at 5%, which I maintain year round. And this was taken in 2022, and we're going to be taking another one in 2023, right? And this is a picture of me in 2023, and I did not look like that in 2022 when this was taken. So who knows? It could be lower. But I'm sure many of you would like to even be under 20%, and we can easily do that if we apply everything inside of the program, right? So at the end of the day, it really is just up to you. Like how badly do you want to fast track your progress and actually see consistent and sustainable results now? Because if you keep doing what you're doing, if you keep doing a caloric deficit, you keep doing caloric restriction, you're just going to see the weight come back on. You're going to get the same old results, right? Same thing with cheating on the weekend. You cheat on the weekend, you have no sort of, backup plan, no solution, no support. You're going to keep, falling into that 50-50 range where you eat healthy 50% of the time and then just completely botch your diet for the next 50%. And then you're just going to stay stuck. It's going to be equalized. You're just going to be staying stuck, not moving anywhere, no progress. But there's a solution. If you actually work one-on-one with me inside of my program, we dial everything in. I just gather some information for you to customize this. I just send you an onboarding form to gather a little bit more in the way of data. Once we hop off our call and we take the payment, I fully customize a program just like this that you can access from your phone anytime, any place, anywhere, and message me as your one-on-one coach and get the weekly support, the really daily support that you need whenever you need it, along with a customized workout program that's going to boost your metabolic rate so you can lose weight consistently, and along with a meal plan that's going to be based on a hormonal approach so you never have to count or restrict a single calorie again. You're going to be losing more weight and saving more time while doing it because you're not going to have to sit behind your phone and calculate calories. Spend time on a macro calculator. That's an absolute waste of your time. And if you're watching this, you would like to most likely prioritize your time. Now, I'm sure there's many of you that also think that an in-person personal trainer is the way to go, and there's benefits to in-person personal training. I have done that before, being the coach. But if we're going to talk about this from an online perspective, because many people don't think that they'll be able to see results if they work with an online coach. That's another thing I commonly hear from, many people that are right about to sign up is, and I just got to be completely honest with you. You get so much more in the way of accountability and support whenever you're working with an online trainer. If you're working with an in-person personal trainer, you get done with your session, the accountability goes out the door with you, right? Usually, most in-person personal trainers don't offer 24/7 support to actually message you and give you the support you need to actually see the number on the scale go down, actually call you and give you support that you need in terms of going over the menu that you're going to be running into, whenever you take a trip over to New York or Alaska or Florida, whatever it may be. Usually they're not doing that. It's all specific to the session, and it's priced per session, when mine is not. It's not priced per session. It's a paid in full rate of $1,500 if you wanted to work with me for the next 3 months. And yes, I did just say the price on here. I'm not going to be like most coaches and hide it from you and dangle it towards the end of a phone call that you would hear, at the very end of a sales rep call, and they hard sell you. I'm going to be completely transparent and just tell you the price, right? So if you wanted to work with me one-on-one for 3 months, it's $1,500 paid in full, or you can do a split payment, do $750 for a 50% deposit, and then we can take the next 50% in a day or so. And I wanted to make this video because a lot of you that are most likely on the fence right now, want to be able to, trust that, one, that this is going to be able to work for you, and two, actually get just a pure visual of what you're getting. Because there's a lot of scammers out there. I'm sure that you've been scammed before, like I have, and you probably wouldn't know what to expect if you, just gave me your credit card information. Who knows? You give your credit card to somebody, they could just hang up on you, but that's not the case here. We take the first payment, you get onboarded. It takes me a couple days to make your program, and then you get one just like this. It's actually tailored to you. If you're crunched for time, need 15 to 30 minute workouts, boom, you got it. You want more flexibility with your diet, and it's still in alignment with what you can do. And I still know for a fact that if you do it, if you can actually see them more in the way of results. Let's say you want to still have flexibility with carbohydrate intake, boom, we can do that too. Making sure that you still get those good hormonal responses, telling you, and that's where the coaching comes in. I'm there with you to make sure that you're getting your questions answered, and you understand, okay, this food's probably going to spike insulin, keep it elevated for a long period of time. It's probably going to put me in a position to gain weight. Or this food's not going to do anything to insulin. It's not going to formulate any sort of insulin response, and here's why. And here's why I can actually eat as much as I want of it and not have to count or restrict a single calorie coming by way of this macro, or by way of this food that I'm about to eat. Boom, you got that as well. So you see the pattern here. You have that constant support. You have every single thing you need to actually see the number on the scale move, going in a downward direction, right? Just like this. Literally without having to counter restrict a single calorie, and without having to do a second of cardio. It is going to take a little bit of work. You're going to have to complete the workouts and just take a picture of your meal and type in the ingredients, but I do the rest of the work for you, right? And then you just ask for help whenever you need it. And of course, just book your one-on-one calls with me whenever you need those as well. We offer those weekly. Like if you wanted to speak with me, for the next 12 weeks, which is 3 months, right? 12 different times in the coaching call, you can do that. There's other people that, work just fine on their own. They don't have a vacation coming up. They don't need the coaching call, but it's there to help you. And I'm more than happy to help you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I've pretty much covered everything, right? But really, just to drive it home here, you will be able to see sustainable weight loss results if you plug in this method, number one. And number two, if you actually have the resources to do it in a sustainable way where you get that personalized support. You check all those boxes, you're actually willing to do some work, you're somewhat coachable, and you fit the criteria of actually wanting to accomplish some weight loss. That's not a whole lot to ask for, right? It probably sounds like a perfect ideal fit for you and your busy schedule, and with everything that you got going on. A lot of my clients say the same thing every single time, that they feel so good after they sign up and they just take that first step, and then they just hop right in and start seeing results immediately, right? Like over here, once again, before and after picture, you can see of Chris right there. 10 to 15 pounds in the first month. There's a downward trend. Going through the conditioning phase, get right through it, push right through it, and then see some amazing results. 7 pounds in the first week. And then getting peeled like that even once we start to lose that body fat, and then maintaining a body fat percentage like that, year round, by applying this method that I just went over today. But it's really difficult to apply if you don't have some personalized support. You can definitely try doing it on your own. It's 100% doable, but then you're not going to necessarily know right away what type of insulin response you're going to be getting from a certain food. You're not necessarily going to know, if you're going to be doing an exercise perfectly correct. And the most important thing of all, you're not going to have, the constant accountability and support to actually apply all the methods that I basically gave you today. I'm not a drill sergeant coach. I'm a very easygoing guy. But when it's time to coach you, when it's time to give you the push you need to actually see the results that you want to see, I will be there for you to be that accountable coach. So, you know what to do. Click the link in the description, book in your one-on-one call with me today, and we can start seeing results right here, right now. We don't have to waste any time. All I have to do is just gather some information from you. Once we take the payment and I gather that information, we just send an onboarding form to your email. You fill that out, learn more about your allergies, your limitations, and we just gather more specific data to build this out for you. It takes about 2 to 3 days max. You sign up on a Friday. We typically start on a Monday, just so we can start on the best day of the week, and we can start seeing results as quickly as possible, like the ones that you've been seeing already. So, once again, if that is you, you know what to do. Click the link in the video description to book that one-on-one call with me today, or you can follow me on Instagram at itsbobbyobrien and message me if you have any questions, or if you have any questions about what you should be doing right now to lose weight specifically. And you can ask me as many questions as you want. You're more than welcome to, but this would be the ultimate solution for you to actually solidify the fact that you would be seeing amazing, sustainable weight loss results as soon as possible. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.